is generally relaxed and quiet here. That's one of the main reasons tourists come. Nearly a year after the tsunami, I'm back for a different reason, a family reunion.
1, 2, 3.
It's bittersweet though. We know everyone here has had a tough year.
We'd also like to take this time to reflect on the ones that have gone before us.
My great-great-grandfather married a Samoan High Chief's daughter. They had 4 children. That's my great-grandfather, the blonde one on the right.
How strong is the family tie, do you reckon? I mean, because I look at this family versus a lot of Palangi families.
It is different. I think, I don't know if it's the Polynesian part of it, but I think the family has a rich history. There's Germans, there's Swedes. It's just wonderful to have that tie and that relationship.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay, then.
The family reunion wasn't due for a few years, but everyone was keen to get back here as soon as possible.
Like medicine.
This is my grandmother Ruby. When she was growing up, she spent every Sunday at this house. It was where her great-grandparents lived. Now it's the home of Samoa's head of state, the head of our extended family.
We had a kongai, we had pig, we had roast pig, we had palusami, we had taro, you name it, real feast. It was amazing. It was a real family Samoan way.
Today, every Wetzel who can get here is here. Across the other side of Samoa's most populated island, Upolu, is one of the nation's most idyllic spots, Lalamanu. Along the coast is where the tsunami touched my family. My dad's cousin Joe Annandale is on his own now. His wife Tui drowned as they tried to escape the tsunami. They'd been together for 40 years.
We saw this huge wave and the wave just broke and just came in and picked us up and just took us about 300 metres.
As well as his wife, Joe lost his livelihood, his 5-star Sinalei resort. Rebuilding his business has given him the motivation to keep going.
When something like that happens, there's much that goes through one's mind. But one of them was, how do I deal with life and how do I just move on with my life? And I came to the conclusion that one of the things that I ought to do is to come back to where it all happened and face it head on.
Joe isn't just family, he's also the local high chief here, living close to the high school.
There was a classroom block in that area. The wave just picked that up and destroyed it. And it went into that house there where the cars are parked.
Mm-hmm. By luck, they were all outside when they saw the tsunami coming and they ran for the hills.
The wave caught up with them and just swept them along like like the surf.
Everyone made it.
37.5 metres.
So all of the schools along the sort of coastline then are being relocated?
Being relocated further up on higher ground.
Are you excited about it moving?
Not really.
No?
Because it's so far and it's on the forest. It's so dirty when it's raining.
And that's all being paid for by the government? And
Well, our government has a knack of getting assistance from New Zealand and Australia.
I am always thankful to the government of New Zealand, the government of Australia, for agreeing to give us help through budgetary support.
Tuilae Pamale'ilangangoi is Samoa's Prime Minister. He guarantees that money we all donated is going to those who need it.
When these funds are given, they will be put into good use without the strings attached.
To be honest, it's quite difficult just to pin down exactly where the money's going, if it's being spread around fairly, if everyone's getting their amount. You know, people certainly don't want to kick up a fuss, but we have spoken to some people who think perhaps they haven't quite received their fair share.
To contend with.
Many,
But still,
like
it would
Joe,
be
have
nice to
been
have the
pragmatic.
village. I think government made it very clear that if you choose to live near the sea, it's at your risk, and they won't assist with any repairs or anything. So it's at my expense that I decide to rebuild and to live near the water.
While 90% of Joe's village moved into the hills, Joe decided to stay by the sea, where he lived with his wife Tui.
When Tui and I stayed here, lived here, there was a house that we built, or designed and then built, and some beautiful memories. But it was, I suppose, part of this trying to come to terms with what had happened.
Whatever happens, it's clear Samoa will never be the same again. Tsunami drills are now a fact of life here. They're determined to be ready for the next one, if it ever comes.
It created that perception that Samoa is prone to tsunami, and so stay away from Samoa. We've always had mini tsunamis, and this is the first time that we had confronted a very bad one.
The number one priority now is persuading tourists to come back to these beaches. For a country so dependent on its $300 million tourism industry, these images are hard to shake off. But the people I've met are determined to. Sunday morning, 1 year on. A time for giving thanks. For those still here. And for those who are not. I've been amazed at the resilience of the Samoan people, that triumph of hope over tragedy, particularly Sina, who found the strength to rebuild when a lot of people would have found it impossible.
Did you ever consider not staying here?
Yes, yeah, we did. But this is where we lost 3 children, and all their memories are here. Sasa and Rena would have been in school by now. Yeah, but I'm sure that they're happy where they are now. Yeah. They're very lovely kids, very beautiful kids. And I will miss them always, and I will live to honor their memories